Please sign right here. Let me take a picture of you with the box.
A picture? Why?
It's part of the protocol.
Oh, okay.
I don't need to remind you how sensitive the material is.
I know. Thanks.
Good. Take care.
Russell, did you receive it?
It just arrived.
Good. Listen, priority is to find the real cause of death. Early reports indicate suicide, a drug overdose, but I don't buy it. It doesn't make sense. She was too important and the timing was odd.
She was a lawyer at GoAT, right?
More like the vice president.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So now you see how deeply in trouble you'd be if anything leaks out.
You're putting me in a tough spot here, Tom.
Not if you're careful, Russell. Just make sure nothing leaks out.
Why not wait for the full autopsy? Why do you need me?
We need to move faster, and if there's something bigger going on, we need to investigate it. This is a one-time chance to catch them. GoAT has been dodging us for way too long.
So you want me to spy on them through her memories?
No, I just want you to find out how she died, which is legal. But if I'm right, it will take us somewhere nasty. I know there's something off. We just need to find out what.
All right. I'll do what I can.
Good. Remember, it's because of these people we're here in the first place.
Well, we don't know anything yet.
We will, Russell. I've been in this for too long to know it's not just suicide. You'll see. So, I've given you access to her apartment on Stratford Avenue. They're about to wrap it up over there, but Detective Stan Becker's waiting for you. He knows you're coming. If you want to investigate the real place...
All right. I'll check it out.
Okay then, I'll leave you to it. Don't keep Stan waiting, and keep me posted on anything you find.
Sure. See ya. Carl liked to read this nonsense. I never figured out how such a great scientist was able to pour so much time in reading clickbait articles. He once said he could draw global connections through them. This was the first thing I brought in here. I can't believe the loss of performance after adapting them to comply with the new laws. Times are changing indeed.
We're so close. Scanning and reconstructing in real time. The final problem is head movement. Everything's too invasive.
The idea was an office-lab hybrid.
The end of subjectivity, the rational, scientifically reproducible and proven behavior of the mind. All patterns laid out. Error-free simulations, bridging the worlds of psychology and science. The end of the spirit. Are we prepared for this? Of artificial.
It all my
Consists of a lot of thinkers who love technology, but who, as Cindy Smith.
Today we are joined by none other than Anna Lucina, our current administration's
Consists of a lot of thinkers who love.
There's been a lot of shutdowns lately, and this building's electrical grid is just as old. So I got a backup. My little project. It's come a long way.
Good in the world, and at the same time, gives us new power to screw up in even grander ways than before. So we feel we want to do everything we can now to make sure the technology gets used for good. If we look at not very powerful technological inventions like fire, we use a strategy of learning from mistakes. We screwed up a bunch of times and then we invented the fire extinguisher. But with more powerful technologies, weapons, synthetic biology, artificial intelligence, etc., we don't want to learn from mistakes. We want to get things right the first time, because that might be the only time that we have, right? And the way I think about this is to create a great future for humanity. We want to win this race between the growing power of technology and the growing wisdom with which we manage the technology by investing more in wisdom. We're going to hear more in this session from Pierre and Daniel and Nick about nuclear, bio, and AI. But let me start by talking just a little bit about nuclear.
I've got nothing to put in there.
End up with talking about AI, and I think while we
This'll take a while.
it's a very
I should visit her apartment while the memory gets ready.
failures so far, learn from them. When we
Development logs of patch 1.2. Probably the most important update to date, and Carl's last contribution to the project.
risk management. Why do I say inadequate? Since we still haven't had a global nuclear war. Well, let me just ask you this question. Which one of these two people is more famous? And let me ask you a follow-up question. Which one of these two people should be thanked for us all being alive here today because he single-handedly stopped the Soviet attack?
All right. I have a temporary solution for when Evie can interpret some part of a memory, but it requires manual input. So, let's say the data was a chair. While Evie can't interpret it is a chair, or where it should be, she's still able to produce a 3D geometrical output with sound, and that output is based on data which does have meaning. The problem is that it doesn't fit anywhere, and it doesn't make sense to her. So, what I did was to allow Evie to still represent this failed reconstruction in an encapsulated manner that we can look at inside the memory space, so we can interpret it. I made a quick interface for inspection too. So, in other words, we can now assist Evie at interpreting the data by using our special human skills. We just have to tell her what it could be and where it should belong, and she should be able to narrow the margin enough to make it part of the reconstruction again.
Question. Is it always about something missing, like a chair or another object? Or can it be a subjective thing that doesn't belong anywhere?
It could be a subjective thing, yes, but that would be rare, as it's more likely to become a subjective entity or part of the subjective environment somehow. Shouldn't be represented as missing data.
Okay.
Can happen, though. Would be interesting to see.
Yeah. This is great, Carl. We're so close.
genuinely thought that the main risk was that you would literally get blown up by it. And people had these risk assessments that if things went really, really bad, maybe we would kill 1 million people or something like that. Now we know that that's hopelessly naive, and that this is not even, that getting blown up by it isn't even the number one part of risk to worry about. For example, oops, this is a
Okay. So, reason to celebrate. We can now make an objective reconstruction.
So, it worked.
My original approach didn't, but the machine learning approach did.
These are your memories you're using, right?
Yeah, for now.
Cool.
So what I did is to isolate a memory of a specific place, and then made the machine compare it with real footage of that same place, taken exactly at the same moment that the memory was made. So instead of trying to find out how to filter a memory out of its subjective experience, I just let the machine attempt it through trial and error. It basically iterates reconstructions of my memory by randomly filtering unclassified data. And the random reconstructions that match the footage the most get selected, and a new round of random reconstructions begin. Eventually, the filtering is narrowed down to data that is more and more reduced in size. And after a while, the solution is basically the same as the footage, just more glitchy and blurry.
And did you test it with different types of memories?
Nothing too extreme in terms of emotional distress yet, but yes, all types of memories and places. I've been carrying a camera for quite a while now.
I like it, but I think that you still need a bigger test pool to truly call it objective. I mean, you could be introducing bias by how you're making these memories.
That's true. But currently, the places consistently match in size, shape, color. The sounds are getting clearer. While it's not perfect yet, it's robust enough to be certain that if anything bigger than, for example, the size of a tennis ball appears in an objective reconstruction, and if that isn't too blurry or glitchy, it means it was just there. The error margin is simply too small now.
Cool.
Yep, and the cool thing is we can start classifying and understanding this data now by going backwards.
Yeah, I want to take a look at that.
It's all uploaded.
Awesome, Russell. Okay, so now, besides switching states, we can actually sort of fast travel to different memories and events inside that memory. As we know, time is still an issue, as you can go back or further in time inside a single memory. So, I thought it would be handy to have some sort of database of memories and their events as you reconstruct them. It also captures visual references as you progress, so it will help us remember a bit about each reconstruction, as it gets confusing sometimes. So this is very rough, but basically what you do is choose a memory from the subject's lifeline, and then if that memory is split into sub-events, you can select them and reconstruct that specific moment in time. It's pretty simple, actually.
That's very handy.
Yep. And if you ever manage to do that objective filter, I made it easy to divide each event into objective and subjective, so they can be selected through here as well.
Thanks for thinking about that. We will make this work.
Well, we've already talked about it, but I'll say this. Even if it doesn't work, we'll reach that truth through subjectivity itself.
Don't let anyone hear you saying that.
Yeah.
Not yet. I shouldn't keep that detective waiting. I shouldn't keep that detective waiting. This'll take a while. I should visit her apartment while the memory gets ready. I shouldn't keep that detective waiting.
Hey, Russell, right? Tom said you'd come. Feel free to take a look around, but don't touch anything. Let me know if you have any questions.
Go AT's new project. Quite a view. Generative design and automated construction. The great shaman Poe, master of mirrors, has passed away on his 100th birthday, dated July 12th.
Go AT's Indie Tech Magazine, a hub for independent tech to show off their work. Translation, a hub to check for new tech and ideas and absorb them before they grow. At least that's always been the trend with these companies.
Visioni Simultanei, a futurist painting. Interesting choice. Was she going somewhere? It's getting late. Looks like where the body was. G-Zac sleeping pills. You need a prescription for these. Broken. Broken. Looks like an expensive mask. Men's clothes. Bloody footprints. She probably stepped on the broken shards. Vomit. Another broken mirror. I don't think it's a coincidence.
Yeah?
Do you have any theories about what happened?
It's a little early yet, but everything points to suicide. There are lots of loose ends as to why, especially considering who she was. Her laptop, for example, is gone. We haven't been able to find it, so who knows how deep that thing goes. Even so, I don't think there's a possibility someone sneaked in and forced her to take some pills somehow. But don't take my word for it. We don't even have the full autopsy report yet.
Did she leave any children or family?
No, no children, no brothers or sisters, foreign parents that she didn't see much. For now, that's all I know. And a husband. Pretty regular corporate profile, if you ask me.
Who found her?
Didn't you get the report? It was her husband.
Do you know anything else about him?
His name is Alex. Pretty average guy. Fitness trainer. The victim had kicked him out a few months ago. They were about to get a divorce. He came by to pick up some stuff he'd left here.
Could he have been angry about the divorce?
Yeah. But as I said, she'd been dead for at least 6 hours before he got here. So if somehow he forced her to take an overdose over the phone, then yeah, he could have done it.
What time did he find her?
The morning after, and called right away. The security cameras corroborate the time he arrived, so we don't have any reason to suspect him.
Thanks.
No problem.
Their success would mean another tech earthquake, this time in the construction and housing market. So everybody is both intrigued and scared about it. Evie, ready?
Yes.
Okay, good. Please operate on patch 1.2. And scan for the latest memory you can find, ideally just before her death.
Understood.
So this is when she died. Reconstructing glass from memories. I don't think we'll ever get it right. Afternoon light. Didn't she die at night? Afternoon light. Didn't she die at night? Interesting glitch on the clock. Could be a filtering error. Could be a filtering error. Lots of missing information here, Evie. This doesn't seem to be the right moment.
Yes. I wasn't able to pinpoint any further coordinates. Objective data is incomplete.
Reasons?
High emotional state.
She might have known she was going to die. Is there enough data to reconstruct a subjective state of the memory?
Yes.
Good. I'll enter the subjective state and see what I can find.
Subjective reconstruction was successful, but I couldn't interpret all data.
It's fine, Evie. Subjective interpretation is tough for any AI, even a special one like you. I can't make sense of this sound. I can't make sense of this sound. That ladder goes down to the first floor. That ladder goes down to the first floor. Could this be her as a child? In the objective, adult version of her isn't represented. Only her shadow. Could mean so many things. Looks like a girl. Looks like a girl. There was something here in the objective state. There was something here in the objective state.
It belongs somewhere in the memory, but I cannot interpret it. I need to know what it is and where it belongs.
All right. I'll study it and put it in the right place. Evie, do a match with clock data at this spot.
Reminder. At your discretion, I can momentarily free memory and processing power to deliver more accurate feedback. Processing. I read uninterpreted data somewhere in the subjective state, at night. Processing. I read uninterpreted data somewhere in the subjective state, at night.
A picture of a dog. Following her? A picture of a dog. Following her? Her laptop. If it's in the objective state as well, then somebody did take it. Her laptop. If it's in the objective state as well, then somebody did take it. Maybe this is the right moment. A few words, not enough to make sense, though. So the laptop was here. She even took the time to write something. A few words, not enough to make sense, though. Night. This should be the correct time of her death. This should be the correct time of her death. This should be the correct time of her death.
I'm ready. Someone.
The water is running. The water is running. The water is running. No mirror. Glass always gives Evie trouble. No mirror. A spider web. No way out. 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 A spider web. No way out.
I'm ready. Stake. Calm day. Hands. Everyone. Always wanting. But I see someone. Future. I'm ready. Stake. Calm day. Hands. Everyone. Always wanting. But I see someone.
That ladder goes down to the first floor. I can't make sense of this sound. Nobody here. Nobody here. Interesting glitch on the clock. Reconstructing glass from memories. I don't think we'll ever get it right. Afternoon light. Didn't she die at night? Could this be her as a child? In the objective, adult version of her isn't represented. Only her shadow. picture of a dog. Following her? Her laptop. If it's in the objective state as well, then somebody did take it. Her laptop. If it's in the objective state as well, then somebody did take it. Her laptop. If it's in the objective state as well, then somebody did take it. So the laptop was here. She even took the time to write something. So the laptop was here. She even took the time to write something.
Someone. Processing. I can't interpret the new raw data, but the spikes in the readings suggest an intense, violent moment. Processing. I can't interpret the new raw data, but the spikes in the readings suggest an intense, violent moment.
Nobody here.
Someone.
Nobody here.
I'm ready. Steak. Calm. Day. Hands. Everyone. Always wanting. But I see someone. Future. I'm ready. Steak. Calm. Day. Processing. I can't interpret the new raw data, but the spikes in the readings suggest an intense, violent moment.
Glass always gives Evie trouble.
Processing. I can't interpret the new raw data, but the spikes in the readings suggest an intense, violent moment.
Evie, do a match right here with a mirror being violently broken. Should be good enough evidence to keep him satisfied for now.
Should I shut down the simulation?
Please, go ahead.
Understood. Shutting down in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, Russell. Any good news?
It wasn't a clear reconstruction, but I managed to get some objective evidence. There was a clear hand next to her, just when she was lying on her bed, and the pills were all over the floor. So it seems you may be right. There was definitely somebody with her.
A hand. That's all you could find.
Well, Tom, I'm just getting started. Her last memories are fuzzy, and that's probably because of the psychological stress she was under. The fact that she wasn't alone is a good start.
Yeah, good to know. But we need to know who it was so we can do something about it.
I'll keep looking, Tom. Let's just hope the rest of the memories are in better shape.
I hope so. Did you find anything else?
I saw her laptop. I could hear her typing something. You guys didn't find it at the crime scene, did you?
Somebody did take it. But whoever did is a ghost. We saw the security cameras. There was no one. All right, this is getting interesting. What else did you see?
I saw a lot of other things. I just need to understand her unconscious better.
It's fine, Russell. Just keep looking, but I need something else from you. We need to get into her private email. The password. We were able to hack the words, but there are 3 numbers at the start that we don't know. We have only a few shots at this, so that's why I need you.
Her password? That might be interesting to find.
Hey, I'm liking this attitude. I was expecting some moral and legal sermon.
Well, it's not like I'm not worried. The new regulations are like stepping on glass.
Don't be. You're doing what's legally right. Just send us a nice and clean scan and inspection report as required, and there will be no issues.
I'll do what I can.
Good. We're counting on you. The password ends with Namas. N-A-M-A-H-S. But it's preceded by 3 numbers. We have 3 to 4 tries with this password at most. So when you have something, call me.
I will. See you, Tom.
Bye, Russell.
Upload is ready. I've got nothing to put in there. Okay, Evie. We need to find that password. But most importantly, how and why she died. If you can isolate memories or dreams that may have a connection with the password, or emotional patterns similar to those of her death.
A deep search is needed to find such patterns. It will take time.
Yeah, I know. I could use some rest anyway.
Understood. Search will run overnight.
Optimize the processes as much as you can. Good night, Evie.
Thank you. Good night.
Home sweet home. There's never enough time. There's never enough time. A quiet night in my mostly quiet neighborhood.
Carl. So what do I owe this surprise?
Russell, how are you?
No complaints. How about you?
All good, thank you.
Happy to hear that.
Hey, I sent you an email.
Okay.
Yeah, and for some reason I felt like I should call you. It's nothing serious, just wanted to call you personally and tell you that, well, wanted to say that regardless of our professional differences, I'm still here. If you need me. I know you know that, but I felt like I wanted to make it clear.
There's no need, Carl. I know we're good, and it's never been personal, you know that.
I know. I just wanted to make sure you knew where I stand. How are things with the TSB, by the way?
Stable, but they gave me this new case, and they don't seem very eager to respect their own laws.
Another murder?
Yes, high-profile one. Go AT, no less.
Damn it. Wait, can you even tell me this?
You're under the same contract as I am, Carl.
I wonder if it will ever end. I should probably notify them.
Yeah, you should, before they jump to conclusions.
You're absolutely right.
And how are you doing?
Lots of change. House, work, people. Even this number will have to go.
How secretive.
Nah, it's just a renewal. I won't lie that it feels good to have just a little bit more funding, though. You should try it one day.
I bet it does. But you know...
You gotta finish your work. I know. Anyway, Russell, I'm glad to hear that you're okay. Let's be in touch, alright? And make sure to check that email I sent you.
Sure, I'll read it.
Good. Bye, my friend. Be safe.
You too, Carl. Take care. Interesting book about how in modern psychiatry the subjective experience of the patient has been left out in favor of DSM categories. These categories make everything easier for the industry, but the individual experience of the patient is thrown under the rug. Since we really know so little about the subjective mind, there is little ways to challenge this. I hope our research finally changes that. Just about to turn the corner. We just need one final push.
But does that ever end?
I'm preparing my final work. The human experience. It's a framework for the future.
All very useful. Very down to earth.
Well, technology has changed the world many times for good or bad. But you could say that we have adapted in a way. But can we adapt forever? Take the internet, for example. A great invention, even though it's presented some serious challenges to society. We're still alive. Now imagine if something as world-changing as the internet happened every year. Then add anti-aging technology to the mix, or technology to improve our brains. Maybe add general AI, all in that same year. And perhaps a new type of bomb. Can we catch up and adapt fast enough? Or will we lose control and leave it all to chance? Or to a group of companies? Or maybe we'll create too much control and leave our fate in the hands of a few politicians.
That's down to earth, I'd say. What do you think? So what are our options?
I think the scary thing is not knowing. We have to imagine that there's a powerful creature in front of us being fed by our creativity. It's not good, it's not evil. But once awakened, it'll change our civilization forever. We just have to be ready. That's why we need to create a solid ethical framework for the things we want to protect, so the fabric of society doesn't break.
Naive.
Okay, about one particular scary technology. Now that we have such advanced brain scanning tech, do you have any hopes of outlasting your body? Or do the possibilities of that make you even more worried?
I take it slowly, but I'm excited by the possibilities.
And what would you say is your biggest drive in all of this? This independent quest?
I'm not sure. It's...
He wants Everything.
But why are you still using that voice for Evie? There are so many good ones now.
The fewer layers, the better. We don't need the emotional layer in the voice, do we?
Well, why not? Wouldn't that make communication easier?
No, it wouldn't. We've talked about this, Joshua. Getting things done between humans and understanding each other is hard enough already. Give me one good reason why I should add that to an AI assistant. What I need is her data expressed as rationally and plain as possible. Like an equation. This fantasy of human-like voices is just as stupid as it is dangerous.
All right. Jeez. Maybe you should add the emotion to yourself.
Excuse me?
Nothing.
Shit. Fuck.
After the TSB started breathing down my neck, things have felt different.
Carl's email, and of course a podcast is included.
You know what? I would never have thought that. It's amazing. It really is. I mean, your parents must be very proud. Congratulations to all of you.
Thanks, Phyllis.
Coming back to your work, you've been there from the beginning, am I right?
Yes, we were less than 15 people, I think. It was like 30 years ago, a few months after the company started.
And now you're head of technology.
That's right.
Amazing. So, before I ask you how smart
At this
you want me
hour?
to do that, tell me, how did you guys move from being a small web research company with almost no investment into a company that leads on AI and pretty much every other technology for that matter?
Well, that's a big question.
But from
I'll
a
consider
motivation
it.
perspective, what drove the evolution of the
A
company?
note from
Was there
Laura.
a master plan from the beginning? Did you think you would expand to so many areas
I'm
of
not
tech?
happy I was right.
Well, there are so many factors together.
Laura.
I mean, there's
I wonder
market
what she's
share,
up to.
emerging technologies,
Still
how what we
sleeping.
already do can
Still
adapt
sleeping.
to other markets, or let's say minimizing the risk, expanding. Of course, there was also the huge success we had at the beginning that led us to decide pretty much
My
where we
unfinished
wanted to
life's
go.
work.
A master plan from the beginning, I don't think so.
But there is one now.
Well, you know, despite of what all the conspiracy memes tell you, there isn't. Just our strong core values.
Yeah, helping humanity with technology, being the good guys, yada yada.
Well, yeah, that's what we do.
Sometimes the
I just
best work
remembered a
happens at
picture I
home.
saw, like, 30 years ago, showing Bill Gates' head next to an alien skeleton. The magazine found all these similarities and urged you not to
It's
use
supposed to be
words.
fall.
Well,
It's supposed to be
I've seen
fall.
thousands of those, and they won't go away. It's funny that despite all the good a company can do, how transparent it is, you just can't erase that.
It's just part of who we are.
Exactly.
But this leads us to one of the topics that has us here, right? Not everybody thinks you are on the right track, especially with the AI department. And we're not talking about your traditional...
What is this place?
Yes.
What have you
And
got
some
me
are
into, Tom?
influential, well-respected people. I'm sure many know who I'm talking about. But yesterday, a letter appeared on the web, and it did cause a lot of noise. For the people hearing us now that don't know about it, it was from Mr. Carl Chasser, a very respected...
Simulating human choice based on raw memory data. Haven't been able to read it yet. Far off, but worth reading, according to Carl.